You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yo, dude, that was hard.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I just whipped that up a little earlier today.
Great movies.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
What's going on?
Chilling, dude. I love. We're gonna talk about it. I love Sandlot so much, man.
Dude, the Sandlot fucking rules, man.
Just the vibes are perfect. They're great.
What's up, Cotton? This is my buddy from my Discord that I'm in. He is the man. Very
What's
cool,
good, dude?
dude. He's here to show some love. Welcome. Welcome to the Dog Days of Summer show. If anyone out there watching. We're gonna get into all things summer movie related. First, before we get into that, what's been going on with you, man? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? Anything like that? Yeah, man. You. Is there anyone else here?
I'm like pretty deep into Control right now.
Yeah.
This has been I've been on like a long video game hiatus, and this is me actually playing video games again, and it's very spooky. It's pretty gross. There's lots of just like gross stuff. It's like really metal. It's like Resident Evil 4, the old one, but like faster paced, like really fast, and super sci-fi. It's awesome.
When I look at that game, I wouldn't think that it's a horror game or horror like adjacent. It doesn't really seem like that.
It is bug, and the sound. There's lots of like sound where like a lot of times you'll be like in an area and there's just like I play with the headphones on, right? So there's just like whispers everywhere, and you're just like picking up like pieces of like little like they're like saying stuff in your ear, and you're like, what? And like you're like, I don't want to go in there. So you start walking into like a big empty room, and you start getting whispers, and I'm like, I don't want to go in here. It's like one of those, right, where you like stand at the front of the room, and you're like, oh, I don't want to. Yeah, but you gotta. Yeah.
I recently started the Elden Ring DLC, which just came out.
Heard it was great.
Well, first it was an odyssey for me to even get it because I bought it, right, and then I'm on like a new game plus, and so I bought the game. I played it nonstop in when it first came out, like up till 5 a.m. Could not put it down. Did everything there was to do. Got every achievement. Got every ending. And then I put it down and I said, okay, I'm done with this. And I haven't touched it since then. So it was like 2 years ago. And then I loaded it up and I'm on a new game plus. So like I have the whole map open to me. Like everything's open, but I don't have all the teleport spots. I still have to manually go there in order to get there. Okay. So in order to access the DLC, you have to go to a certain spot on the map, which I didn't have access to. So I had to do all this shit just to get there.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though.
Had to beat these bosses. Then I beat the bosses, and then I go to the place where you're supposed to be able to access the DLC. It's not letting me. Turns out I never even downloaded the DLC. I just bought it, which was annoying, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So then I download it. Then I go to the place where I'm supposed to be able to go there. And then it's just an infinite loading screen. Remember when we would play Ratchet and Clank on the PS2 and you'd be doing the ship thing where you'd be flying to a different planet? It would just never would stop because it just wouldn't. It was like the disc was scratched. It was basically doing that to me. Yeah, it just would never stop. So then I Google it, and apparently it's a common problem that people have been running into. So I had to totally re-download the whole game. I had to uninstall it, download it again. Fucking
the DLC or just the whole
game? The whole game.
Oh my god!
So that was annoying, but I finally got it working today, and I've been playing it, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, good old Elden Ring. We got some people here in the chat real quick. Con, I don't know why they owe you $125, but I hope you get that. Laren is here showing some love as always. It's storming here.
Laren. Laren, where are you?
It was storming. He says, well, we're getting there. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
It was storming here a couple nights ago. Holland Oates, what's up? I love your profile picture, by the way. Charlie doing the Bob Dylan thing.
I'll pull up.
Central Illinois. What's up, dude? It's my buddy from Instagram coming over to show some love. I guess I didn't know you guys knew each other, so that's cool.
That's cool.
What's up, guys? All right, so we're talking about summer movies today and just kind of summer memories and vibes in general. Um, so there's a lot of different places we could start, but let's just start with like our thoughts on summertime overall. Yo, what's up? Glad to have you here, man. Dan's here in the house. What's
What's
up?
up, Daniel?
All right, so what do you think, man? Like what like I so all right, I know you and I are both big fall guys. Like we love the fall and like all that stuff, but like
Indeed.
where do you land on like summertime? Like are you a fan? Are you not a fan?
Bro, I fucking love summer. And I totally understand all of the summer slander. It gets too hot. People don't like the beach because it's sandy. You live
Mm,
in a city, it gets like gross hot and you walk a lot. I'm in New York
yeah.
now, right? And so like I walk all the time.
Mm,
And I gotta like just literally walk slower so that I'm not like sweaty when I get into the office. But growing up, like as a kid, my mom lived near the beach. And so like I just walked to the beach all the time in the summer. And
yeah.
when I think of summer, I just think of going to the beach like all the time. And it was like, because it was close enough, so I was young and I could just go there by myself, and it's great. Yeah, fall is it's kind of hard to beat fall
Yeah,
as a whole.
I think I think something we'll probably get into over the course of the evening is just the fact that summer in general is just better when you're a kid. Like so
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
personally, I work in a restaurant that's right on the water. It's incredibly busy. So for me, I it's hard for me to like summer now. Because for me, all I can associate I worked at this restaurant for like 11 years. All I associate summer with in my mind is just being hot and busy, and you make good money, but it's just like
It's a 3 month slog.
I dread
So
it.
yep.
It's the worst 3 months out of the year, but then at the end of it, you get possibly the best time of the year and my personal favorite time of year. So it's like a necessary evil.
hmm
Um,
And I did the same thing, right? Like I was at
yes,
Stephen Cookie
yes,
for like 10 years. Me
yeah.
and Mark, but from being like in South Jersey on the beach, we're from like it's just very seasonal. So summer is just absolutely insane. So if you
Yeah,
work in the
we get a
South
lot of
Jersey, you'll be smashed.
tourists from New York and Pennsylvania. Yeah, so Mud Nelson knows.
You already know,
Um,
Mud.
it's fucking it sucks. It builds a lot of character. That's for sure, but it's not the best. But you know, it's when I make a lot of my money, so there are pros and cons. I just went mini golfing the other day, like mini golfing in the summer. Like there are summertime activities that I enjoy doing. The problem is I just don't really get to do them
I
that
love
much,
I
you
love
know.
I love like a real late summer night because you're
Mm,
like outside and stuff, but it's like fully like you're in shorts. I like shorts and like a hoodie at night in the summer. It's a vibe.
dude, yeah, we were just literally right before this. We were in my front yard, me and my nephews and my girlfriend. And we were just like playing baseball. Like
Wow.
my nephews both play baseball, so he was like pitching to me with the wiffle ball, and I'm like embarrassing myself. I did hit it a few times, but
Nice.
I'm super out of I'm not fit. I'm out of shape. That's the word I'm looking for. So, but like, and shit like that's like magical, dude. Like it's so much like the sun's going down. It's like it's perfect weather. Like it's not super hot. So, um, when I can make contact, I can hit them.
That's a
But
critical part.
yeah,
Yeah.
what? But I'm probably good for like I'll connect like maybe 2 out of 5 times.
It's a good
Um,
average. Yeah. Past
I'm
400
rusty,
strong.
so I got to work on that. But so we can go into like just this is kind of dovetails into summer memories. So like as a kid, do you have memories of like going to see things like summer blockbusters? That's something that kind of goes hand in hand with summertime. So like do you have any memories of seeing like big summer movies with like your family or anything like that?
Oh man. I for it's hard to say for theaters. There definitely were several years where last day of school, I would come home and I would watch Recess, School's Out, the movie,
Oh yeah, that's a
and I
good
would
one.
watch Sandlot. Yeah, I'd watch
Mm,
them in the same day, and I would like come home. And that's the first thing I would do, and I did that for like 4 or 5 years, and I can't remember like how old I was, like
that's awesome.
not quite middle school, like late elementary school.
Yeah, we're definitely
Um,
going to get into The Sandlot today a little bit,
yeah,
because there are many summer movies, and I would encourage anyone watching to drop your favorite summer movies, um, in the comments, because we're gonna focus on like a couple, like a handful, but I definitely want to think like if there's some that I may be forgetting, definitely shout them out.
sure we are. Yeah,
So Mud's actually from right around here too, man. Like we've
nice.
probably it's likely we've like been in the same place before, um, at one point or another. But yeah, it is annoying because of the shoobies, man. I like September, like early September, because like some of them are starting to go home, but like it's still you're
Still kind of summary.
still getting some. It's like local summer, I think they call it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess for me, God, I can't recall any specific movies that like we went to see in the theater as a kid, but just like I don't know, the feeling of being out of school and like being able to kind of just do whatever you wanted. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
weird because like you think about the time periods in your life between grades and it feels like so much longer than it really is, but really the only thing separating it is like 3 months. Um
Like not even. Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's a strange thing to think about, like in hindsight, because back then I think summers seemed a lot longer. Would you agree with that?
Dude, for sure. And there's a bunch of years like I played baseball growing up,
Mm,
and I played All Stars, which is ass because All Stars starts at the end of the regular baseball season, which is like end of May, and then All Stars will run for like a month to like 6 weeks. So like I'm out of school, it's summer vacation, and I'm like playing baseball like a few times a week still. So it's rough.
yeah,
Just in the summer.
that's see, like, but did you enjoy doing that though?
Not really. There's a great
Eric knows
yeah,
about
dude,
this.
yes. There, there's a great South Park episode where all the boys are in playoffs and both teams are all the kids are trying to lose. So like they're going to games and they're both trying to lose so they get knocked out of All Stars so they can just start summer and
That's funny.
it's great.
Oh man.
So yeah.
All right. So I guess we can just go right into like what are our some of the movies we're going to be talking about here tonight. I alluded to some of them in that intro if you saw the intro. But
Can I actually I have a preface question though.
oh sure, yeah, hit me.
What do you so there's a very obvious answer, right? But what do you like what is your criteria? Oh no, dude, the turf is the worst. Yeah,
Damn.
I have
Yeah.
ripped up the bottom of my feet on some turf before. It gets so hot standing out there,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it
dude.
as mud is very clearly cut from the same cloth as us. I felt like you would appreciate
Bro,
this comment even more than I do.
it's rough, man.
Um, all right, go ahead.
So the very obvious answer, but how do you classify like what is the criteria for a summer movie?
That's funny because I had the same question.
There you go.
I figured we would kind of arrive at the same places for each other.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when you think of a summer movie, what do you think of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as a big horror guy, um, that's like its own little sort of subgenre of
Mm-hmm.
summer movies, and I did my whole video on summer camp slashers, which covers that in greater detail. If anyone's interested, I would suggest going to check that out. But so the first ones you think of is like Friday the 13th, right? Summer camp.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
It kind of goes hand in hand. So Friday the 13th, all of those, well, basically maybe like the first seven are actually have to do with like summer camp. The Burning, great film. Sleepaway Camp, and then outside of just the slasher genre, if you consider Jaws a horror movie, um,
Mm-hmm.
that would go hand in hand. Um, so so that's its own thing, right? And then when I think of a summer movie, uh, it's tough. It's like there's a lot of
Does,
different things that factor into it.
does it have to be obviously like being set during summer,
It's got
like
to be set during the summer,
that
yes.
qualifies?
Yeah, so it's got
That
to
does
be.
the whole thing have to be in the summer though?
I would think so, yeah, because it's like well, then you get into the territory of like, is Harry Potter a Christmas movie, even though it's got one scene of Christmas in it? A lot of people would say yes. I'd say it's adjacent enough. But so oh yeah, so these are really great picks here. Yeah, so I wouldn't have thought of these, but Hills Have Eyes and TCM just because you have that heat factor.
Mm,
They're set kind of like in like a deserty sort of landscape, and you can just feel the heat. Um,
I hear the bugs.
yeah. So well, I would say there it has to be set. So if we're gonna say we could just kind of
Okay.
curtail it into this. It's got to be by a body of water.
Okay.
There's got to be like a body of water in there somewhere. Um, you've got to have either a group of kids or adults or young adults, a group of people overcoming some kind of obstacle.
Mm, okay.
Um, and I don't know, help me out here because like I don't want to make ones because I could say a ton of things, but it's like, is it going to apply to everyone? You know what I'm
I don't.
saying?
Yeah, I
Because
don't know because I feel
they're
like
not all exactly made. They're not all made the same.
no, and it's like it's weird because I think of one of the first ones that comes to mind for me is Forrest Gump, which is kind of like a weird pick because like some of
Interesting.
some of that's in summer, but it feels like so summery. Like a lot, especially when they're kids. So many of those scenes are in summer or just like feel like they are because it's warm out and they're not in school for most of it, aside from when they're on the bus. And so it feels like a summer
Right.
movie, but like I don't know if that counts as the summer movie though. It is in a hot place.
Yeah, that's not something that I would think of. But I mean, I could definitely see a case being made for it.
Just a great movie too.
Um. So yeah. Well. So basically, because I also think of movies like The Goonies,
For
and
sure.
a lot of just like Steven Spielberg style movies like that, where it's
Hmm.
like Stranger Things, even though that's a show, like it's like that Spielbergian trope of like kids in the summertime, like um all getting into like an adventure, right? Oh,
Hmm.
there's a great horror film called Summer of '84, which came out in like 2018, and
Haven't seen that.
that's a movie where nice. Yeah. Shout out Summer 84. We're gonna talk about Dazed and Confused. Adventureland's a really good one. Wet Hot American Summer is great. I can't believe I forgot about Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh,
That movie
Lord,
fucking rules, dude. It's so
Lord,
funny.
Lord's Dogtown is great.
I haven't seen Lords of Dogtown, man. Big blind
Dude,
spot for me.
it's good.
Um, Cotton's shouting out Lake Placid. I haven't seen that either. September 13th technically is still summer. Is a Friday this year. Oh shit! So we got a Friday the 13th this year. That's cool.
Oh shit.
I mean, I know
Might
we usually
might
get like
count.
one or two. All right, cool. I'll be keeping that on my
Get a
radar.
summer Friday the 13th.
Is The Wicker Man a summer movie? I would say maybe. It's adjacent. Um, I think it's supposed to be. Isn't that set like during spring or something? I guess Midsummer is technically a summer movie as well.
Fucking movie, man.
This is okay. He's describing Don't Blink.
Oh shit.
Interesting. I've never heard of this, Cotton, but I will add it to my list. See, yeah, Stand by Me.
Stand by me.
That is so that's what I'm talking about when I think of movies about where it's a group of kids and they're like overcoming some adversity or going like on some life changing adventure. Goonies would fall into this. Stand by Me. Um,
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights. That's an Eric
That is an Eric film.
banger. Holes, another sweaty desert movie.
Dude, Holes is great.
I kind of want to watch Holes now. So yeah, you guys are throwing out some great selections that I didn't think of. No, I
Don't
haven't
blame
seen
you.
Lake Placid, man. I got to get on that. So yeah, body of water, teens or young adults, and getting over some kind of adversity.
I'm cool with that. All right.
So we've kind of set the table here, but as far as like what makes a summer movie, um, so I have a few that we are referenced in the thumbnail and in that little intro that I played. So we can just start with Jaws, and we'll kind of work our way through. Holes, hell yeah. Heavyweights is Stiller's best performance. I agree.
Dude, that's
Uh,
not. Dude, that might be an ice cold take.
Yeah, that's a great role.
This pleases me.
Dude, yeah, Jaws is like Jaws might be the OG summer blockbuster because like
Dude,
I think Jaws predates Star Wars. I'm pretty sure Jaws is like 75 and Star Wars is 77. So
Jesus.
Jaws was like the um summer block like that like the term blockbuster didn't exist before Jaws, I'm fairly sure. Uh
That's crazy.
no, it was like one of those things where it was like a phenomenon. People were watching it two, three, four times a piece, just wrapped around the fucking block, just watching these things.
I wonder like how much that threw off like summer travels and like beach towns and stuff where people were like, I'm not fucking going to the beach. Like just saw this shark movie. Like I'm good.
Dude, no, it was a real thing. Like people weren't going in the water. Like they were
So
too like they
insane.
were scared. Um Jeff over at Films at Home, I was
Mm-hmm.
on his podcast. He grew up in well he's a self-proclaimed Jaws #1 fan. That's like his favorite movie. And he grew up on Martha's Vineyard, so like he where the movie was filmed. So like
Oh wow.
he's got a close personal connection to that movie, and yeah, people were terrified to swim in the water.
Dude, we'd have to look it up. I could definitely be wrong, but so Jaws is based on a book about like a
Yeah,
real account of like shark attacks, and I want to say it was Jersey.
it's like New York, Jersey. Well, where Martha's
Okay,
Vineyard is like, where is Martha's Vineyard?
I don't
That's
know.
I want to say it's like Boston, isn't it?
Well, I know
It's
that it's not,
Massachusetts. Yeah,
but
Massachusetts.
that's not where the book was. Like it was based on shark attacks like in Jersey or New York, and then they changed the setting for the movie.
Amity Island in New York.
Okay,
It was actually filmed in Martha's Vineyard.
okay.
Um, I don't know. I don't care. I can't look up the book right now. Just to that would take too long. But yeah. So, what is your personal connection with like Jaws? Like, is this a movie that you love? Is it a movie you just like? Like, what do you think about Jaws?
Dude, I love Jaws. I remember being real young and watching, not like sitting down to watch Jaws, but it was like on TV or whatever, and I was like watching some of it and didn't really know what it was, and saw the scene where they swim down to like a
Dude,
downed boat.
that
It's
scene
great.
is fucking great.
Yeah, they like swim down and I think like a head
Mm-hmm.
comes out of the boat and that like I was a little kid, it terrified me. And yeah,
Yeah, dude. Like,
fuck that.
Jaws is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood does have great summer
Mm,
vibes. That is right, especially when they're on
mm,
the ranch.
mm-hmm.
Jaws, I don't know. It's one of those movies that um I definitely remember watching early, like as a kid. Probably had it on VHS or something. And it's just one of those movies that feels like evergreen. Like obviously I don't remember a time before Jaws because it, came out before we were born, but like
Predates us slightly.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's I don't know, it's just it's one of those movies that just feels very like timeless in that way. But a lot of movies filmed in the 70s do have that feeling, you know what I mean, where it's just like even though you
But I
can tell
think
it's from the 70s, like it just has that sort of classic feel. I don't think I'm articulating this well, but I think you know
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah, I know what you mean. And I think like I feel like that could have so easily not been the case with Jaws had they like overdone like the shark.
Mm.
And because I saw something where like I think the shark was just like kind of fucked up, and they wanted it in the movie more, but they just couldn't, and so it's
Dude,
not in the movie much, and
the,
it
the
really helped
the
them.
movie was going to be entirely different. The shark was supposed to be in it way more, but it just never worked. The movie was like they went over budget, like the shoot went way longer than it was supposed to. Everyone thought Spielberg was going to like that was like his third movie. He had
Oh
done
my
a movie
god.
called Sugarland Express and a movie called Duel, which is really good.
Okay.
Duel's fantastic. It's about
Sounds
this guy who's
badass.
like traveling across the country and he's being harassed by this like truck and you never see the driver or anything. And it's like trying to run him off the road. Like it's crazy. It's like 90 minutes of this guy just like contending with this truck who's just hounding him on the road. It's fucking awesome.
It's like Truck Christine.
Kinda, yeah. So he got the job from that, and then they were like, "Hey, like, you know, this guy's like kind of unproven." Excuse me, I'm having the hiccups. He's like kind of unproven, and like, I think Spielberg was like 25 when he filmed that.
It's terrifying.
How old was Spielberg when he directed Jaws? He was 26 years old, dude. That makes me feel like such a piece of shit. Like, it's like, what the fuck have I done in my life? Oh my god.
Here we are. Like, yo, like, I think we can figure out this live stream. You join us?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I'll be,
God, what a guy.
oh,
Yeah, dude. That's first of all,
It-
that's cool as fuck. I
that
want
is
to
really
see it in
cool.
theaters. But even better, have you ever seen those people where they show it on the big projector, like in the water, and then people will like float in tubes and stuff and like watch the movie on the water?
Oh, like, dude, they actually did that in Austin on there's a couple real big like public pools in Austin, and they straight up did that, and I
Yeah,
did not
dude.
go.
That would be fun as hell.
That would be
I
fun.
think I would enjoy that.
But the Jaws log. Wait, what is that? Oh, okay. Got it.
I would like to. I'm sure there's a making of documentary, probably on this Blu-ray. Actually, The Shark is Still Working: The Impact and Legacy of Jaws, the making of Jaws.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to check these out. Jaws Blu-ray for the physical media people.
Dude,
Mud Nelson,
th-
you are not shit. You are actually awesome and deserving of everything. Uh, yeah, dude, it's just crazy. And then like, so they really rolled the dice on Jaws. Like that movie could have turned out terrible, but the fact that the shark didn't work so much makes the movie better because, it's the element of what you don't see.
You're imagining it. Yeah.
Yeah, switch your imagination, theater of the mind, all that stuff.
And then when you finally see it towards the end, like when it fully comes up, it's like that
And
much of a whole thing.
And it looks like a real fucking shark, dude. Like,
dude, I think the shark looks great.
The shark looks great. Like, it's aged super fucking well. But had we seen more of it, we might not think that way. Like, we might have been like, that's a bit too much shark. You're showing too much shark. We love you too, Gavin. Gavin's the best. He's the homie for real. He shows lots of support on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. But yeah, dude, Jaws is just awesome. It's it doesn't have the motif of like kids overcoming an obstacle, but you do have the overcoming of the obstacle and like this sort of this entity, this like that can't be really reasoned with, that you kind of have to take it out, for the good of everyone, and it's just a great movie.
I also really like Jaws has lots of like and I feel like this was more of a thing during that era of films, is like Jaws has these like real, almost like slice of lifey, like slow moments that like are
when they're in like the house and stuff.
In the house, like when they're drinking in the boat, and it's like they have a whole song and they're like sharing stories, and it's like
they're comparing the scene where they're comparing the scars and stuff is great.
But it's like it's a really long scene. I remember like last time I watched it, like last year, like I'm in that scene and I was just like, wow, I was like, we're here still. I knew that like then the shark comes and starts bumping the boat.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just longer. And I forget the actor's name, the guy who plays the crazy guy.
I think it's Robert Shaw.
That sounds accurate.
Something Shaw. No. Yeah, Robert Shaw. Yep, that's him.
Yeah,
he's great.
I read that he was completely drunk when he did that monologue.
Dude, and you can tell too, man. Like he kind of seems fucked up. Cotton, I have not seen any of the Jaws sequels. I haven't seen 2, 3, or 4.
Or the Meg.
The Meg's not good. Mud, we're gonna be going for at least like an hour and 20, something like that. So we'll be here, and if not, you can always catch the replay, brother. I definitely appreciate you hanging out though. So definitely do what you got to do, and we will be here talking about all kinds of summertime movies. So yeah, I don't know. We don't need to wax philosophical about Jaws. I feel like people know and love it, but it's nice to just kind of reiterate these things from time to time. It's like these sort of things that don't really need to be said, but you got to show love. I kind of want to watch this tonight. I might do
Got
that. I don't
you,
know.
got you all jazzed up.
I am, man. I fucking love this movie, and like the back half, the entire back half, I'm pretty sure is just the three guys on the boat. So like the first half is like all the setup and stuff, and then the
Mm-hmm.
back half is just those three characters who are just so they're all so distinct characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all very different from each other, and they have a very interesting dynamic. And that part of that is just how great the actors are, but I would also attribute some of that to just how well written they all are. Like they're all very like like three-dimensional characters. Like they're not kind of like
Yes.
paper thin.
Yeah, they're very like unconventional
Yeah,
for like what it could have been.
yeah. So I mean, Jaws is just fucking awesome. You got the beach, you got sharks. It's a great summer movie. So let's segue into something a little different. We'll talk about the Sandlot a little bit. Take it away, sir.
Dude, do you have the Sandlot? Do you own the Sandlot on something?
You already know.
Wow, that's a strong release.
I bought this on Amazon for like $5.99, and I wasn't expecting it to come with a slipcover.
Nice.
It's a cool little slipcover. It's always nice when you get a slipcover. I wasn't expecting one, but so yeah. Take it away, man.
Dude, Sandlot is bro, PF yeah, I had some PF flyers a few years ago. I never had the black ones. Wow. Wait, why? With cheese
I don't
do
know.
I don't think they eat cheeseburgers at all. I'm so curious.
I don't know. I'm sure he'll explain. Real quick, I don't want to seem like I'm ignoring you, Cotton, but yeah. I've heard the Jaws sequels are.
Movie.
I've heard that there's some entertainment value, so I'm gonna probably I'd be curious to check them out at some point. Yeah, it's a case of like diminishing returns. Like obviously you're not gonna measure up to the first one, but so yeah, as you had a pair of PF flyers.
Had some PF flyers. I feel like Sandlot was one of those movies that like really like when I saw it as a kid, like it really like defined me for a while. You know, like as a kid, you kind of like adopt things from like
Oh yeah,
shows and movies you like.
you like can quote things and you just kind of like make that your whole personality.
Yeah, and I was like I liked the clothes that they wore, and I was like I remember I used to ask my parents for clothes from like characters and movies and shows, and my mom would be like, I can't go get you that shirt. Like I don't like I don't
Yeah, this was
I
before
can't.
like Amazon and shit.
Yeah, like you could probably do that now. Like just look up like someone on Etsy's making whatever, right? But
Yeah,
like
100%. No, at
in
the
like
time, like
1999, I'm like, Mom, like I want the Squints shirt. She's like, I don't fucking know what a Squints is. I can't get a shirt. And yeah, dude, fucking Sandlot's great. The music is great. I love that whole
great,
era. I love that
great
whole era
soundtrack.
of like 60s summer.
It's just like
Just like
American summer. Like we'll get into it, but yeah, say your
yeah, just
piece here.
like there's just like there's like the carnival scene. They just like
Yes,
the
they
pool
really hit.
scene. They just
They hit every checkbox that you would expect them to check
and
as far as like summer imagery.
and it's like they have like the perfect narrator as like the kid who's like new. So like you
Mhm.
have a reason for him to be like, what is all this? Like, what are you doing over here? They're in the
He's
tree
he,
house.
he's like your audience surrogate. So like we are
It's perfect.
experiencing the movie through his eyes, and like maybe if you don't know about and that's the thing, you don't need to know or care about baseball
No.
to enjoy The Sandlot because it's not even really about baseball. It's like about making friends with
Mm-hmm.
people and like experience just like summer memories in general. Um, yeah, no, it's perfect, man. So every year when we do our river trip on July 5th, we usually go back to either Pete's or Dan's brother TJ's house, and we watch this movie. It's like a
Oh my god,
tradition.
I
We
was not
just
aware of this.
yeah, I didn't know if you knew that or not, but we make it a tradition to put this on, and inevitably somebody will like fall asleep or something, and it's just great. It's great stuff, man.
Did
Um,
the
go
sorry,
ahead.
okay.
No, I was just gonna go off on a tangent.
I I love I really love the very opening scene is like them finishing a game. Smalls isn't there yet. It's like outside. I want to say it's outside of a school, and it's like they're playing in a field that you don't see them playing again, and it's like the main squad and they're finishing a game and Benny's up and he goes and hits like an in the park home run
Mm.
and he gets into a pickle, right? So like he gets into a rundown where like he's trying to like get to a safe base and they're like throwing it back and forth over top of him and then he's safe, right? He goes, he scores, and so they do the thing where it's like a whole mini version of essentially the whole movie in like the opening scene where like they all get into a pickle and then Benny gets them out of it and I just there's like some little things in there that like as I watch it as I get older, bunch of like just like great like film stuff that I didn't pick up on as a kid that now I still watch it and I'm like, damn, like this is great. Didn't even pick that up before.
No, I can't even think of the scene that you're talking about. Um,
Yeah, it's
it's
like literally the first one. It's like it's short and then it kind of just goes into the rest of it. But yeah.
no, it's such a good movie, man. Like all the characters are great. You know, they're all iconic. And what I love about it too is there is the overarching story, and I haven't watched it in a little while. Obviously, probably in just about a year now. And even when we are watching it, we're not paying super close attention. You know, we're
Mm-hmm.
mostly just riffing and stuff. So, but what's great about it is it's just kind of like a series of like vignettes. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
all just like now they're going to the pool, now they're now they're going to the carnival, and it's all just kind of like these loosely connected scenes, and you're just having a ton of fun. And then eventually when the plot kicks in, I don't know where on like the timeline they lose the Babe Ruth ball. um I
It's a
want to
pretty
say
good bit into the film.
right, because I want to say they do all of like the fun stuff first, like the pool scene and the carnival scene
Mm-hmm.
happen first, and then they lose the ball, and then I'm pretty sure from then on it's just like, how do we get the ball back? I want to say
Yeah.
that's how it plays out.
And it's like it's like yeah, it's like a lot of little vignettes, but I feel like they're weaved together really well. It doesn't seem like it jumps around. Like it feels like there's
Yeah,
purpose for like each thing they're doing.
yeah. Well, it's all in service of like furthering and like cementing their bond with each other. And honestly, some of the best scenes are the ones where they're just not playing baseball, where they're all just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
hanging out and like they're tired from playing baseball, and now they want to go and do something else, um, which is really great.
Dude, I also have a great piece of lore for you that you might not know
Oh shit!
for the
Okay, hit me.
Sandlot. The pitcher from the Sandlot. Can you picture the pitcher?
Is it God, which one's the pitcher?
He's
They're
the
all
only
they're all on the
he's
cover here.
he's the only black one.
Oh, okay.
Does he look familiar to you?
No.
That's Fool.
Oh shit! It is Fool from People Under the Stairs.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
right?
Dude, he was gonna be at a convention that I didn't wind up going to.
Bummer.
And it would have been cool to meet him. Yeah. Dang. Maybe he'll come back around. Yeah, man. Do you have anything else to add about Sandlot?
Sandlot fucking rips, dude.
And because it's set in like the 60s or whatever, or the 50s even, I'm not quite sure. But because of when it's set, this is a movie that is, I mean, it was classic when we first watched it. Um it was timeless then. Yeah, it's from 93. It was classic then, and it'll be classic 50 years from now, just because of that just classic like Americana sort of setting.
I, I feel like they nail all that, like the clothes, the
Everything,
music.
dude.
It doesn't
They
feel forced.
No, it's really well done.
The Fourth of July scene with like the
Dude,
block party where he runs and he's like grabbing the hot dog.
dude, it's like
Such a
starting to
vibe.
start the sun is starting to set a little bit, and like that it's that perfect time where the fireworks really pop. Yeah, dude. That's one of my favorite scenes. That's that scene where America the Beautiful is playing, I think.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, that's one of our favorites, me and the guys when we watch that. I feel like
So
you
you
just
like
gotta like
stop and make sure you like get that scene.
yeah, you almost just want to like take your hat off and like salute the flag when it's playing. Um so let's uh let's just talk a little bit about Friday the 13th. We don't have to spend a ton of time on this. This is more my area of expertise, I would say. But
Maybe.
just like um I feel like they really channel some great summer vibes in Friday the 13th as well. I don't know the last time you've watched the original Friday the 13th, but like
Been a minute.
if ever, but I think especially in that first one because it was like it was a bit of a low budget, unproven thing. What you often get in a situation like that is you're able to kind of tap into like um there's this level of authenticity that comes through when you have
Mm.
things with lower budget. It's not overproduced or like super polished or anything. So like, and I've been to the camp, like
Mm.
where they
Mm-hmm.
were filming. Hold on, I kind of want to go get my bottle of water. Take the lead for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, grab it. I feel like this is a poster up in the corner too. I don't know if we can see it though. Mark, there's also a poster. What's this yellow poster in
This
front
is
of you?
This is Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna
Big
say.
banner, but so this is a bottle of water that I got from Crystal Lake. I bottled this myself. This is where they filmed the first movie. It's about 3 hours from me in Jersey. There's some rocks at the bottom. I bottled this myself from the lake. Really awesome souvenir. And then this is a Polaroid of me that they gave you standing outside of the sign there at Crystal Lake.
It's dope they do that.
So that was really cool. That was like a pilgrimage that I went on. But anyway, that location is beautiful. It's an actual functioning Boy Scout camp. It's like
Dude, it's so bugging.
there's still like Boy Scouts who go there to this day. So that was cool as fuck. But yeah, so you just get that authenticity, and I think my favorite part of that first movie is like the first 30 minutes or so where people haven't started quite dying yet, and there's a scene where like I think it's Kevin Bacon and his girlfriend are like, there's like a storm coming and it's about to start raining, so they like go and seek shelter in like a cabin, and it's just super cozy. Like there's something about that and it's not super prominent or anything. Like it's not like super in your face, but I don't know. I really love that. Where it's like
Like
that
cozy shelter in a storm.
yes, the feeling of seeking shelter, like that motif in a movie. When you capture that well, it really like makes you like, damn, I wish it was raining and like I had to go hide from the rain or something.
And like a summer storm where like they kind of come on real quick. They
Yeah,
can be like real gnarly out of nowhere. Yeah.
yeah, they can be pretty short lived. But yeah, this is just a series that, for me personally, especially the first couple, when it actually still feels like it's set at a summer camp and they don't like send Jason into space and shit. Yeah, like that stuff to me is like super cool. Like I just really enjoy that. So, do you have any feelings on these? Do you ever get the urge to watch these in the summer?
I've seen the first couple. I haven't seen like the rest of them. The main horror movie I think of in summer, which doesn't even really count, is Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know why. I don't even think it's set in summer.
That's a summery movie too. I would say it's got like teens and stuff, and it's got that whole thing going for it.
Yeah, it could be that.
Dude, yeah. Honestly, it's brilliant because all they have to do is sell these little jars.
It's like literally a nickel.
And they kind of printed out like this cool little Angry Mother Bottling Co., which is like a little nod to the movie. Bottled where the legend was born, 100% Crystal Lake water. So like, yeah, like literally you're just selling these. People get the experience of bottling it themselves. Like it's just a no-brainer. It's really cool. I don't even remember how much this was. It might have been like $10 or something, but I will keep this hopefully until the day I die, and it's a really cool like conversation piece. So
I'm gonna take a sip next time I'm there.
Dude. Probably get you mad sick, dude. All right, so let's move on. I forget that I'm like highlighting. I have to unhighlight comments. Let's talk about Dazed and Confused. I feel like this is one we can definitely sink our teeth into a little bit. I got my Criterion Collection
Oh, it's great.
Blu-ray here. It's got like some illustrations, and then it comes with this cool little book
Wow.
with like some stills and stuff. Criterion does really great work with things like this,
Love it.
essays and like yearbook stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. What can you say about these? Like, this might be the best American movie ever made, in my opinion. I feel that strongly about this. This is like, it's the ultimate hangout movie. It's endlessly watchable and rewatchable. I could pick this up at any point during the movie and instantly be just enraptured. Like it's just dudes hanging out. Like
it literally is.
it's just the ultimate hangout movie. It's Richard Linklater. I would say this is probably his masterpiece. Like there's just no better hangout movie than this. And when you think of something like a hangout movie, I don't think that necessarily screams like super entertaining. Like it has to be done. It has to be done well. But when you do it well, it's actually like the most entertaining because it feels like you're hanging out with these characters.
Yeah, it's so lax and so just like it's very chill, but I feel like there's also so much actually happening in terms of it being like a coming of age movie. Like like there's a handful of characters that are all like going through their own coming of age kind of thing, and like the way that they're weaved together. And another one of those that never feels forced. You're not like, oh, okay, like this guy
Yeah,
got into this thing and now he's like this. God, it's like it feels very natural.
it like
Which I don't like later.
it teleports you back in time to this time period, and it's like, God, what the hell was I just about to say? It's so cool the way that it all unfolds because, first of all, I think anyone watching this can find a character in this movie and find a piece of themselves in that character. I really like the guy. I can't remember his character's name, but he's the guy who gets in the fight at the end with
Yes.
that bully at the party because he doesn't want. He has this great line where he's like, "I don't want this to be another thing that contributes to me being an ineffectual little nothing for the rest of my life." I really resonate with that. Like the idea of like confronting a bully and like fighting him. Like I don't know. So there's something really appealing about that where it's like any other day of your life you'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Like I'm gonna back down. But like he doesn't let that happen in that moment. And it's like that's the whole movie. It's like taking that chance, doing that thing. It's just great, man.
I just want to dance. Is that line too?
yeah. He's probably my favorite character, but like there's so many great characters in this. Like
Dude, the cast is stacked.
It's the who's who of the 90s, really. But so you've got like kind of your two main characters with Mitch and with God Pinkerton.
Pinkerton. It's called Pink.
Those two are kind of the main characters, with like Mitch being like the young guy, and then Pink kind of seeing him. Oh, Floyd. His name is Floyd, I think, and they call him Pink Floyd.
Okay.
That's why they call him that. But so yeah, they both kind of represent like the same kind of sort of dude, but at different points in their career. And like Pink kind of takes Mitch under his wing after he receives his spankings or his licks, I think they call them. And he just winds up having like what starts as like the worst day of his life ends as like the best day of his life.
Oh, chill.
And it's so great, man. It's like when you're watching it, it's like you feel like this is the best day of your life too, because you're just having such a good time, and you're like you see all these cool things happen in the Mitch, and you're like, as an audience member, it's so easy for you to like to comprehend like how much this would mean to somebody, and it just puts you in a good. It just puts you in a good mood, man.
There's like so much. I feel like maybe what it is too is like it's like a hangout movie, but there's lots of uh actual like danger. You have like multiple bullies. You got
There
Ben
are some
Affleck.
stakes. There are some stakes to
Yeah,
it.
Ben Affleck being a menace. Um, they almost get shot by that guy at one point. I feel like there's like plenty of like points of tension that actually then like the long periods of them just like hanging out and just like going into like dialogue. Welcome back.
Nice. I see what you did there. That's nice. Thanks for coming back, Gavin. That's cool as hell.
All
Yeah, we're just
right,
kind
all
of
right.
talking about Dazed and Confused, man. Yeah, no, it's pretty low stakes, but like to these characters, it's everything. It's like it's
Mm-hmm.
their whole it's their whole world. So, and because of the way it's executed, it comes across, and like because it's situations that we've all been in one way or another. Because even though this is set in the 70s, things haven't changed that much to the point where we can't resonate with any of these problems that these characters are facing.
People, people.
Yeah, like I could literally watch this movie every day. Like if I had to pick like one movie that I had to watch every day for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have a hard time. I mean, obviously it's going to get boring no matter what you pick, but if you had to pick one, you could do a lot worse than Dazed and Confused. So,
Dude, there's also like my favorite costume accessory in like any movie when Pink grabs his belt buckle and it's like a bowl and like
dude,
and he just does that real quick and they don't make a big deal out of it and he just hits it real quick and puts it back on and like I was like, what?
it's kind of like in Cabin in the Woods when that one character has the coffee bong thermos.
Dude, that like has to be a callback.
Cabin in the Woods is a good little summer movie
Mm,
too, because they're
mm.
going to a cabin. They're basically doing like an Evil Dead, Friday the 13th kind of rip off thing there, or homage. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. I should say. Just watched Dazed for the first time this year. I'm assuming Holland. That's awesome. I wish I could watch this movie again for the first time.
Oh.
A couple years back, I was hanging out at Pete's, and there's a bunch of us over there, and we decided we were going to watch a movie. And when you have a lot of people together, it's hard to like all agree on a movie.
Fine
And
consensus.
then
Yeah.
someone threw out Dazed and Confused, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, put that
Yeah.
on." And it was like all in agreement, and it was like we all just sat there and watched the movie, and like everyone was into it. Nobody was on their phone. Like it was a really great experience, and it's like that's the type of movie this is, where it's like it brings that people out, like it brings that out of people. Where even if you're not a movie person, like
So yeah.
you can just watch this, and it's just like, oh fuck, that's awesome, man. I'm
That is
really glad you
awesome.
liked it.
He's
Wipe that face off your head, bitch. Who says that? Is that Affleck who says that?
it's gotta
It's
be.
got to be. I can
I
hear
don't
him
remember
say.
that line though.
Yeah, I can't either. Actually, you'd think I would, having seen it as many times as I have.
Dude, I think Slater's a really good stoner
Check
character.
you later. Check
Check
you
you
later.
later. Hey,
dude, he
are you cool, man? He's
he's
like, what?
dude. Slater is. It's really easy to have like a stoner character and have it be like a farce or like
Just totally over. Exactly, it's totally
really
overdo
over
it.
the top or like, oh yeah, it's Parker Posey when she's hazing the new
Mm.
girls. That's right. Yeah.
Parker Posey's a great name.
Dude, she's hot as fuck in that movie too. Quick aside there. um damn, you're right. Man. I'm like over here like fawning over this movie and I couldn't even remember who said that. You got me, bro. But
I
yeah.
watched. When was the first time you watched it?
Dude, that's a fucking good question, man. Um I don't really remember. I really can't. I think it was before like I really got back into movies like in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like in 2018.
Okay.
2018 is when I started like trying to get out to the theater a lot more, like and watch a lot more new releases, as
Mm-hmm.
well as like started collecting movies and like started going back to the vault and like, watching more older titles that I had missed. So I want to say it was before then though.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been like a Netflix watch, back when like literally everything was on Netflix. Because this wasn't
Oh
something I
yeah.
watched as a kid. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember when you first watched it?
Dude, I watched it at Clyde's,
Oh
like
shit.
under the perfect conditions, and and I didn't know about it. I had never heard of it, and we were just like chilling there, we're vibing, and he puts it on, and
Dude, maybe that's where I watched it too. Maybe Brendan showed it to me too.
it's perfect. Yeah, I can't remember who else was there, but it was like I literally could not have like manifested or fabricated a better first watch experience for this film. Forever grateful to him.
I'm gonna text him later because I'm pretty sure he might have been the first person to show it to me as well.
Highly likely, yeah.
Dude, yeah,
So
she was something about she looks good still even today in Beau is Afraid. She looks really good.
Wow, I gotta watch that, man.
Everyone's favorite summertime movie, Green Inferno. I have not watched that, nor have I seen Cannibal Holocaust,
Oh, is that the kid?
which is the movie that's paying homage to. Um, don't think I dig it. I'm not the biggest Eli Roth guy. I respect him, but it's not for me. God, I feel like I had another point I wanted to make about Dazed and Confused.
Jovovich.
Dude, yeah, that was before she really got popular, man. Like she
She's
was
great.
I want to say she really blew up on everyone's radar in like 2001 when the first Resident Evil film came out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's like painting the. Okay.
All right, Cotton. I don't know where you're going with this, bud, but I mean, I'm definitely interested. So yeah, maybe message me on Discord or something. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been like mildly curious about it just because I know what happens a little bit in it. Like I know that it's, it's got some like some hard to stomach scenes. I didn't really care for I didn't really care for Thanksgiving like that much. I'm really happy it did super well and like that he actually made that after the Grindhouse trailer. Like I love that the fact that that actually became a movie. Like he made a fake trailer for this movie and then like I don't know 20 years later actually got to make the movie.
Crazy. It's on Grindhouse, like the
Death Proof
like
and
Grindhouse.
Planet
Yeah, yeah,
Terror. Yeah, so before that aired there was like 3 or 4 like fake trailers for movies that didn't
yeah.
exist. And Eli Roth's Thanksgiving was one of them.
And Machete.
And Machete, which they actually also made into a real movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I really like the fact that we're getting another one because we need more Thanksgiving horror movies. Even though I don't personally love Thanksgiving horror, I don't think it's like it necessarily works. I like the fact that we're getting them, and I like that they're taking their time to make the script really good. So maybe we'll do a Thanksgiving horror show in November or something, and we can talk about some of that stuff. That'd be fun. Any further thoughts on Dazed and Confused?
I love that other one guy, the other cool guy, the football player who's like he's kind of like stocky.
He wears the overalls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just great. Was he the one that's making that? He's like making the bong in woodshop.
No, that's the God. I think
That's
the
what I'm
guy
thinking of.
is it the redhead dude with the baseball shirt on?
No. The other guy, he has like I feel like he has like longer-ish, not long
Yeah,
hair,
with the
but maybe like
overalls.
shoulder hair.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about.
He's funny.
Dude, yeah, all those characters are so great, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's really cool because it's like it's the last day of school, and so we're just seeing that last day.
I forget it's one day,
and it's just one day, and it's like a snapshot of these dudes' lives, and it's like I would watch fucking 90 movies of just like a single day of all these people's like of them just hanging out. Like it's just so goddamn appealing.
Last comment. I'm confused. How sick is the part where like the middle schoolers get out and the one kid fucking shoots down the little thing
down the slide? His boy's got his bike
dude, his boy's
ready
there.
for him.
So good.
Yeah, that whole thing where like school's out is playing is addicting.
Classic.
Like I just love that whole scene. Um, this is one that I wanted to grab from like Kino Lorber when they have their sales. They have a ton of Mario Bava's movies,
It's a great name for a movie.
and
$5.
I've been that's just Italian horror movies in general. They're always like some like the Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, Don't Torture a Duckling, What Have You Done to Solange? Like just they're all
Like emo song titles.
kind of, yeah, they all sound like a Fallout Boy song.
Love it.
Because I mean, it's just like it's the Italian stuff. It's that language, baby. Yeah, I need to get that, man. I have a bunch of their other Bava films that they put out. I need that. That might be the last one of theirs that I don't have. Is $5. um. So as we start to wrap up a little bit here, let me just ask you this: what is the definitive summer movie to you?
For me,
we can spend as much time on this as we like. Yeah.
the definitive. If you said all right, say we hit June 1st, and you go, all right, Tyler, you only get to watch one movie between now and September 20th, right? And I only get to pick one movie. Go in Sandlot.
Dude, it's hard to say anything other than Sandlot.
Go in
Like
Sandlot.
it really is, man, because like
Huge
it's
nostalgia factor, and like
it's gotten the
behind it.
nostalgia factor working for us. It focuses on kids, and something about kids and the summertime just kind of goes like hand in hand. And it's got stakes. It's got,
Mhm.
something that you can get invested in.
You know what's wrapped up in all that? I think I feel like coming of age movies work in that setting so well because like summer when you're a kid and you're going to school is such a clear like transitional period. Like you're
Mhm.
leaving one grade and then you have this small chunk of time and then a new thing starts happening. And I feel like as you get older, there's not like clear cut like dividers and like you were doing this, so now you're doing this. Like they don't like just happen like that.
Mhm.
But like you can show a kid like Dazed and Confused, it starts and they're all leaving. It's the last day of school, and so you have so much pre-downloaded into like what that means and like
Yeah,
what's
it's
the next
something that
chunk of time.
that cinematic language just comes across naturally. Like it
Yep.
does so much heavy lifting, like exposition wise, because anyone watching that knows what that transition period is like. And it's actually really brilliant because it does so much work like narratively as far as getting the audience invested. Like it's just one of those timeless things. Um, and I talk about it a bit in my summer camp slashers video. Is the it's like it's that Goonies thing. It's that Stand By Me thing where it's like you're going to go out and hang out with your friends, you're going to get into adventures, you're maybe going to kiss a girl, you're going to maybe talk to a girl or like or do something like that, and like, you're going to go on an adventure. And there's something just so enticing about like having the whole summer ahead of you. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I think as adults like we want to really capture that again, but it's just really, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's like you can do certain things and place yourself in certain situations where you can kind of like you can just grab it,
Mm-hmm.
for a second, and you can kind of, this it's like this crystallized sort of feeling that we have in our minds that, we remember exactly what that feels like, but it's hard to kind of put yourself back in that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of movies about a summer camp in general, movies like Friday the 13th or Heavyweights, if you want to go that route, um, is that like camp in general, like by definition, is like exists outside of civilization. So there's this sense of like
Mm.
anything goes. Like there's no rules, kind of like there's this sort of thrill in the air because it's just you and you're surrounded by kids your age, except you're not in school, which is like the other time that would be the setting.
Right. So you're like, whoa.
So it's like school, but you're doing fun shit
Mm-hmm.
like every day, all summer long. Like there's no part of it where you're like, I'm not looking forward to that. So yeah, there's just something really intoxicating about that. And like that's just real life. But then when you put that in the context of like a movie where literally anything can happen and you do have stakes, like The Goonies is the ultimate example of that. Cause like that movie starts out and they're literally just hanging out at home. And then like they just get whisked off on this like unreal adventure. And it's like as a
So
kid
good.
watching that, I mean, I wish we had spent maybe a little more time on The Goonies, but
Mm-hmm.
there's only so many summer movies we could talk about, and we would have been stuck here all night. And shit, we're talking about it now, so fuck it. But there's
Goonies
just
vibe.
there's something about that, man, and it goes hand in hand with something like Stand by Me, Summer of '84, which you haven't seen, but that's sort of the same setup where it's a bunch of kids in the summer, and it's kind of like Disturbia. The one kid thinks that his
Disturbia.
he thinks his neighbor's a serial killer.
I love Disturbia, dude.
It's great. And so the kids are like watching him and stuff. And like it starts out as just like a fun gag. But as they keep watching him, they like slowly discover more evidence that like maybe he is
He's like, yo.
the serial killer, and like shit kind of ramps up. It's a really great movie. I would suggest watching it.
Dude, Disturbia is the first. I remember seeing it. I went and saw it in theaters, and I remember I was 12, and I went with like it was like my first like double date that I kind of went on, and it's PG-13 movie, and I was 12, and I was like, all right, I hope I get into this movie, and they let me. They didn't like check an ID or anything, and I got to go see
Nice.
it, and which just added like the movie's just great, and then that added to the enjoyment of it, and I forgot all about that. It's a great movie.
Dude, Disturbia has maybe not aged super well, but like it's basically like a Rear Window
Yeah,
rip off, Rear Window, Alfred
yeah,
Hitchcock. Same sort of setup, but like made for like a modern sort of teen audience.
mm-hmm,
I have super fond memories of watching Disturbia.
mm-hmm. Very fun.
um that whole Stephen King Summer Break vibe is
Oh
just
my
so peak.
god.
Anything with that DNA. Yeah, so like Stephen King's Stranger Things, Goonies, Stand by Me. It's just that
I didn't think
whole
of it.
yeah, it's hard to remember. Like I do my best before these shows to kind of get like do my research a little bit and like have an idea of what we're going to talk about, and that's what's so great about having people come and like hang out and like and watch, because like I would have probably forgotten it because I was so focused on the other stuff.
I feel like especially the newer one, the 2018,
2017.
the 2017 it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's great.
Rock fight.
Yeah,
Fucking...
well, that one's updated so that because the 1991, it's like 50s to 90s or something, or 60s to 90s, and then in the modern one it was like 80s to present day. As far as like when the kids were kids and when they were adults and stuff.
True.
What the killer's name in Southern 84 is not his real name, what they call him in the papers. Cape May, is that his name, the Cape May Slayer? That's crazy. I don't even remember that.
Sick name. Cape May Slayer.
Dude, I had the Vinegar Syndrome 4K of Summer of '84, and I sold it because I was trying to like recoup some money to like help pay for my car repairs or something. And I think I sold it for like $60 or something. And I low key regret it because like I could probably watch that movie, like I can probably rent it and stuff, but I don't know. I kind of regret it. Now I kind of want that 4K back. It had a really cool slipcover and everything. But yeah, man. Did you have anything else you wanted to add real quick? Did you get through all your questions that you had for me or anything?
We pretty much, yeah, we like pretty much hit on what I was gonna ask you actually.
Okay. So as far as my definitive summer movie, it's like I said, it's hard not to say Sandlot. Like honestly, any of the ones we talked about tonight, with the exception of maybe Friday, but like I think Jaws, I think Sandlot, and I think Dazed and Confused. I think they kind of make up like a holy trinity of like they
Yeah.
kind of cover all the bases where it's like you've got one focused around kids, you've got one focused on teens, and then you have like the adults. So it kind of makes like this kind of perfect triumvirate. Apocalypse Now is pretty summary. Yeah, that's a hot movie, man. Like you watch that, and especially when you know the background of like what they went through to make that, you can kind of same with like Texas Chainsaw. Like you know they were really in the elements.
Dude, Apocalypse Now especially is just like so, like it's so weird that they were able to do that.
Dude, he was filming that shit for like 180 days, dude. That is crazy. I think it was even longer. I need to know for sure now. How long did they film that Hearts of Darkness documentary where they talk about the filming of it? Wow, never mind. It took them 16 fucking months.
It's too long, man.
That's crazy. It was initially scheduled for 6 weeks.
It's like COVID.
Dude, yeah. Holy fuck, man. That is Apocalypse Now in general, one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I fucking love Coppola, dude. I hope Megalopolis is like good. I hope it's like financially successful for him.
Definitely gonna see it.
Yeah, he just had to self-finance that. So like I really hope he's able to like that's like his dream project too. Like he's wanted to make that I think like his whole career. So hopefully he's able to like see some profits on that. Dude, it's tough, man. It's like comparing two perfect films for me.
They're super different too.
Super different, but yeah. I mean, just the first two Godfathers and then Apocalypse Now, you could make no other films for the rest of your life and still be considered like an all-time legend in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I had to provide an answer, just so I'm not saying Sandlot again, I would probably say Dazed. I think it's a bit more watchable than Jaws. I think it's just a more it depends on what you're looking for too, right? If you're looking for something a little more thrilling, Jaws is what you need. But if you're watching, I mean, honestly, the three of these would make a great like summertime triple feature. The other thing I forgot to add, this is kind of off topic, but I reminded myself of this just now. When I went to the camp where they filmed Friday the 13th, you got to watch the movie outside.
That's dope.
When the sun goes down, you watch the movie outside on a big projector with a bunch of other fans and stuff. So like that was like one of the cooler like summertime viewings. Like anytime you're watching a movie like outside of a theater, it's automatically like more memorable for that reason.
Yep.
And then when you're watching it at the camp where they filmed it, I mean, there's nothing quite like that. So yeah, man, it's like it's the kickoff of what you can only assume is like the sickest summer that these guys have ever had. I love the line at the end where
Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is about to have
he goes and he's just like
that final frame where he's just like he has his headphones on like I do right now, and he's just like listens to Slow Ride. It's like dude, he has a sick buzz because he has been he's been drinking and smoking weed all night, and he seems like he didn't overdo it. Like I doubt he had the spins or anything.
He had a good pace going.
So yeah, he didn't. He seems like the type of guy who's not going to overdo it. So by the time he got home that night and was just chilling, like he was feeling good, bro. Like we've all been there. God, that's so cool. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna. I've been rewatching House of the Dragon because the new season just came out. But in lieu of an episode, I might watch one of these movies tonight. I don't know. It just kind of feels right.
Yeah, we'll watch Sandlot next week.
Yeah, I'll save Sandlot for the boys. So I think I might watch Jaws. I need to get the 4K. I hear the 4K of this is great. I don't typically upgrade my blues a ton, but I mean it's Jaws. So if I was gonna do it for one, I would definitely I would feel okay about upgrading Jaws to 4K. I hear the transfer is amazing. So,
It's good to hear.
what are you looking forward to this summer, man? Do you have anything like planned outside of like our river trip, obviously?
Um, no, I'll probably take a small chunk of time off and go somewhere at some point. I
Hmm.
have no idea when or where. Um, I'm still like I've been here for a while now, but I'm still like sort of newly moved ish. So I'm kind of still just kind of hanging out here. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot planned. I do need to go to the beach at some point.
Yeah, dude, me and my girlfriend were talking about like potential things to do. We just went mini golfing on Friday, um, this past Friday, and then we were actually talking about going to like the lake that we used to go to when we were
Mm.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just in lieu of the beach, because I feel like not only would that be super nostalgic for me to like go back there. I haven't been back there in like a super long time. That's how long
Mm-hmm.
we've been friends. For people watching, me and Tyler go way back, and when we were super young. We would go and like watch. Dude, I remember watching iRobot. Or
At the
trying,
lake.
yeah,
At the lake.
in your RV, trying to watch iRobot, but it was like a ripped DVD, I think, and we couldn't get it to work. But
The little ass like TV.
yeah, dude, that was like the peak of
That's
technology at the
crazy.
time, dude. I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
you're
this
like, you have
man.
a TV in here?
I'm like, this man has a fucking RV and a TV in there, and we're gonna watch a goddamn like DVD. Like that was the height of luxury at the time.
I can remember if that was my aunt's or is that's when my dad got his camper that we had for like a couple years.
That was in your backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same one. I couldn't remember. You would know better than me. But yeah, man. I guess to kind of close this thing out, as an adult, summertime's not my favorite. I much prefer the fall. I like fall fits. I like layers
Mm,
and like
true.
hoodies and jeans and fucking flannel shirts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movies that come along with that, basically from October to December, because you kind of get the full spectrum. You get to watch a ton
Bowl
of horror movies.
bowl
You get to eat,
season.
get to eat a bunch of food. Bowl season. You get to and then like Christmas horror is like my favorite thing, and then just Christmas movies in general. So I'm very much in the mode where like I'm ready for that time of year because like that's when my job slows down. It's a lot less stressful. But that's like the kind of thing. That's what I look forward to. That's what keeps me going through the summer. And then on my days off, I get to do some fun shit here and there. So it's not all bad, but it's definitely not my favorite time of year. Allie, thanks for joining us. We were just about to sign off, unfortunately. But I would encourage you to check out the replay because I think it was a really fun show. We had a lot of people come in and hang out and like talk and stuff. So I always love when that happens. So, dude, I fucking hate sweating. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't. I'm
Not
not like.
ideal.
I'm not like a shorts guy. Um, like I can wear them and shit, but like I just much prefer jeans. It's like more of my aesthetic, or I guess, for lack of a better word. So yeah, it's but all that being said, like there is a certain magic in the summertime, and like even though we're adults now, like you can kind of recapture some of that magic through some of these summer movies. The Sandlot in particular is like kind of like a gateway back into your childhood in a lot of ways. So, yeah, yeah, fall and winter is like my shit.
She's like, yeah.
From like September to February is like the best. I live for those months. It is the best. Um, so did you have anything to say here to the people watching at home? Anything to promote or anything like that?
I'm so hyped to watch Sandlot and Dazed and Confused now.
In about 10 days, me and Tyler are going to be going on a little kayaking trip, and then we're going to go back home and hang out and drink some beers and watch The Sandlot. So
Squad deep.
I'm super looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking. I'm I think my problem is I try to when I'm in summer, I want it to end so badly,
Mm,
and I think that's the
hmm.
wrong way to look at it
Just
because
enjoy it while try and enjoy it while it's here.
right, because I feel like yeah, you got to take the good with the bad, and then when you want something to end quickly, it doesn't. But when you
Hmm.
don't want something to end quickly, it does. So it's all
Hmm.
about your perspective. Maybe if I can like trick myself into being like, I love summertime. It'll never. I don't ever want it to end. Next thing you know, it'll be September.
Yeah. Facts.
So guys, this was the dog days of summer. We're in it. Um, June is almost over, and then
It's
we
crazy.
we kind of. Yeah, this first month it's not over yet, but it went pretty quick. So
Yeah,
like,
pretty quick.
so then that's how I break it down in my mind. I'm like, we only got to do that 2 more times, and then it's kind of over. So, um, we had a great turnout tonight. A lot of people commenting and engaging and stuff. I really appreciate that. Me and Tyler are going to be doing these shows bi-weekly, barring any life personal constraints, that kind of thing. So if you enjoy these kind of make sure you're subscribed and stuff, and I'm sure most of you are watching this. But if you're not, hit the bell and stuff. You'll never miss these shows. They're a lot of fun, and they're really great when you guys all come and hang out. So thank you for being here on this Tuesday night. I think Tuesday nights are going to work better for us going forward. Fridays are, it's the weekend. I feel like a lot of live streams are on Friday. So we wouldn't be competing with a ton of people for viewership and things like that. So we'll probably make this our night moving forward is Tuesday nights. All right, so that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, as always, and we should see you 2 weeks from now. So with that in mind, take care and watch more movies.
Thanks, everybody.